Hey, what's up, guys? It's Walker, and today we're going to be going over the 2026 Luck of the Brawl seasonal event for Brawlhalla. This is a very nice little LTE we get during this time in March. This is a very cool event, just the same as the Halloween and the Valentine's Day one, or even the Christmas one, except it's St. Patrick's Day themed. So, if you don't know, in the shop there's going to be some LTE skins, podiums, emojis, sidekicks, so on and so forth. You guys know how they do it. And this time, for our free items, or essentially the stuff you have to, do your challenges for, we get a cool Volkov skin. I really like this skin. The only thing I dislike about it are the toes. I don't know why they did that, but, whatever. Other than that, the skin's pretty cool. And, of course, when you do your challenges, you can still get Blacklight. The emojis are pretty nice, too, but I think it's just an all-around, just okay. Not bad. I didn't really like the Valentine's Day one, but that's another, topic for another video. But the whole meat and potatoes for this video is what they did for the balance patch. Now, Halloween of last year, we had a huge balance patch. Huge one. And it changed a bunch of different things. Comparison to this one, this is quite literally nothing compared to what we've gotten in the past. They've done one thing for the balance, and I know exactly why. First off, and to get it all started, this is only for Rupture. They only addressed Rupture. There's no weapon changes, no changes on other legends. There's no updates on anything else. This is strictly to address Rupture in the state he was in. Rupture was insanely unfair and very annoying to fight against before this, and I'm very excited that they finally they got to him. They had to, obviously. They do it for every new legend, but I just wish it was a little bit sooner, honestly, because this guy was a menace. So we'll talk about him first, and then we'll get into the rest of the video. Before I dive into Rupture, please make sure you're subscribed. I would show that statistic like a corny YouTuber normally does, but mine is so bad that it is almost a humiliation ritual if I were to have shown it. It is so bad. So please do me a favor and please like and subscribe. It does so much more than you guys could ever imagine, and it's completely free. There's no strings attached, nothing, and it helps everyone out. It's a win-win. Now that I got that out of the way, let's talk about Rupture. Rupture got absolutely gutted. It is not even funny. That is not an understatement. It is not a opinionated piece or charged language. He got he got mauled. It's bad. It is really bad, and we can start with the Katars. His neutral and Katars slightly decreased maximum vertical and rear threat coverage. This is when, he does the neutral with the Katars. The backside and the upside don't cover as much, and increased total recovery time from 18 to 24. A 6 jump is, wow, that's crazy. It's good, it's needed, but that's crazy. Next up is Rupture's side sig on Katars, which absolutely needs this nerf, and not just one nerf, it actually got 3. This move got absolutely slaughtered. It got an increased time to hit from the leap from 13 to 16, slower basically. Decreased force of the explosion from 60 fixed to 50 variable to 52 fixed, 46 variable. That is chef's kiss. That is great, perfect. And decreased maximum height of threat coverage, even better. So it doesn't hit as hard. It takes longer to actually, go off from the leap, and has a decreased maximum height of threat coverage. Oh my god, that is chef's kiss. Chef's kiss. And that's all for the Katars. Now time for the Lance. The Lance got a decreased force from the grounded version from 60 fixed to 52 variable to 60 fixed 50 variable. That is basically nothing. You won't ever really feel that at all, so that's just kind of a nothing burger. And the next one is the Rupture's side sig on Lance. Increased minimum charge time from 8 to 12. That's pretty crazy. Decreased force from 60 fixed 52 variable to 56 fixed 49 variable. That's a pretty meaty, chunk from the force. And increased total recovery time from 25 to 28. So they made it laggier. Pretty good. Don't have any complaints about it. I think a threat coverage nerf would have been more, I guess, not more better. That doesn't really make sense. But more applicable here for that, because I feel like it covers way too much area, but I don't know, maybe that's just me, maybe that's a skill issue, I don't really know. And for the final nerf on Rupture is the down sig on Lance. Rupture descends faster during recovery time and reduced gravity cancel effect during recovery time. I don't really know if this is a buff or a nerf, but what it seems like is that it's a buff during the descent, and it reduced gravity cancel effect, meaning that it also is a buff. So I'm pretty sure that's a double buff, but I could be wrong. I definitely could be wrong, but it seems like they're just trying to make that move more in line with everything else, because it seems like he at one point he didn't have a bad sig, which is not really common. A lot of, people in the game, a lot of legends all have one at least bad sig, or a sig you don't really use because it's just not as good as the others. It's not always a great option, and I'm just assuming they tried to move it in line with all the other amazing tools that Rupture has. My opinion is I still think he's going to be, pretty valuable. So as far as the stats stand, Rupture has a good set of stats right now. Dex change isn't really enough to get people off of playing high strength, low dex. It's just not going to do as much as they think it's going to be, and I think everyone else can agree with that. And he also has a very favorable weapon combo right now. Katars are still, somewhat good after the supposed nerfs they were, getting, but I guess I say supposed because they're not good enough in my opinion. I still think Katars are really good. And Lance is in a good spot right now, so I don't really know. I think Rupture's just going to kind of middleman out, and he's going to just kind of fizzle a little bit into just a nothing burger legend. I think he has a really cool design, really cool character, really cool kit, really cool sigs, but I just don't really see the play in him. Maybe in ones he's a lot better, but he hasn't been legal yet, so we didn't even get to see him in winners because he wasn't allowed. So now the winners is over. The next event he should be able to play in is spring for, I guess, the main tournament, so I guess we'll see there. But what we saw in winners was a Olgrim dominance. I think someone did the math I saw on Twitter, and Olgrim had like an outstanding percentage of pick rate compared to basically everything else in the entire game. So Lance is obviously an option people are thinking about and using because Lance is in a good spot, and he has Lance, and he also has Katars. So I don't know. It definitely could change down the line, but from my understanding is he's just gonna either gonna fizzle out, or I don't really know. He's kind of just he's kind of up in the air right now. Hopefully he doesn't become a nothing burger like the last couple of legends, but we'll see. And that's all for this patch. There are other things that I want to talk about real quick, but for balance related reasonings and stuff, that's all we got. It's just the Rupture changes. Thought I'd make a quick little video on it, but I'm going to talk about a couple little other things first that are also Brawlhalla related. The first thing I want to talk about is the Halo crossover leaving. This is not a good sign. We have lost the Castlevania crossover, we've lost the G.I. Joe crossover, and there might have been another one, but I don't think so. Maybe it's just the two. Castlevania, I understand not a lot of people in the newer generation who play this game or younger people know about Castlevania. I love Castlevania, so technically I guess I'm an outlier in that stat, but it was probably just not popular, and that's why it's gone. The G.I. Joe one, the same thing. G.I. Joe used to be super popular back then, not as popular as it is now, definitely not. So probably just didn't get bought quite nearly enough. Now, if that's the reason we're losing crossovers, okay, I kind of understand it, because what's the point of buying the rights for characters, for skins and stuff, for people to buy, and then they don't end up buying them? And however the contracts works out legally, I'm sure there's a pay cut and preserve percentage for the people who were taking the likeliness from. So I don't really know. Again, I don't really know how it actually works, but I'm assuming that's what it is. But now we're losing the Halo crossover, like, entirely. So I'm confused. I think we're losing this of two reasons. Either Halo and Xbox are extremely greedy and are trying to ask a lot more than what Brawlhalla is wanting to initially pay, and that's why the contract's not getting renewed, whether that's BMG's decision or that's Ubisoft's decision. Again, I don't know. Or because Sidra and Isaiah are the crossover characters and they are a low play rate character, therefore meaning people probably didn't buy these skins as much, even though I see the Master Chief a lot for Isaiah players, then it could just be, again, another case of people not buying them enough. But I don't even know if for all three of these crossovers we've now lost, if that's actually the case. I'm just assuming. But yeah, we're losing the Halo crossover, which is something I didn't think was ever going to happen. I never even thought we were going to get a Halo crossover to begin with, so I don't know how we're losing it. And I'm sure, I think the map goes as well. I think we lose the map. I'm not entirely sure if I remember us losing the map for the Castlevania or whatever, or if they even had maps. I don't even remember. But I think we're losing the map as well, so just kind of not good news. Not a good look for Brawlhalla, not a good look for BMG, definitely not a good look for Ubisoft. So it's something to definitely note. And the whole reason we got a nothing burger, or kind of just like a very mini patch right here, right now, for Luck of the Brawl, is because the next battle pass, the new one, not a redux, not a revamp, a new one is coming, and we are now in the intermission phase where we have about 2 to 3 weeks of no battle pass, which means, of course, creators and everyone's going to start showing off the new stuff that they're being told to show off by BMG, and basically the whole new battle pass starts to unravel through creators and the just social media team and whatnot. So that's when I'm sure a huge patch is coming. I think that it's pretty smart to not use it now and use it when a big battle pass comes out, so people are more excited and more, they're more incentivized to play the game, because a lot of things have changed and a lot of things have fixed. There are just a couple of things off the top of my head that needs to be addressed. That's obviously canon, and other stuff like that. I think there's some SIGs in the game that need a little bit of reworking. And obviously, I don't know if any big changes are coming with the next Battle Pass. I have no insider information. I am not a partner creator as of right now, so I don't know anything about that. But, yeah, I think that something big's coming when the new Battle Pass drops, which is in 2 to 3 weeks. And that's when I'm sure they're going to do a huge Battle Pass and balance patch entirely. I'll be there to cover it, as always. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you like this video, go check out my other ones. I love all of you, and I'll see you next time. Peace. Sometimes I get stuck inside my head. I could give a fuck about what you said.